Rachel Ramsey here at IT Expo Miami. I'm here with HP Baumeister, the Director of Mobile and Communications Markets at Fraunhofer. Welcome, it's nice to be here with you.
Pleasure, Rachel. I appreciate the opportunity to be
You're
here.
welcome. So tell me a little bit about your company.
Fraunhofer is a fairly large applied research and development organization. Large means about 20,000 employees, very diverse. The company is split up into institutes, as we call it, 60 of them, and each institute is very independent and caters to very different markets. My standard phrase is, you name it, we probably do research in this area. Anything from life sciences to solar technologies, material sciences to automotive, architectural, IT, etc. As far as this conversation is concerned, there is one institute that is best known for having invented MP3, many people don't know this, and also co-invented AAC, which is kind of the second generation MP3 if you want. So in this market, another Fraunhofer institute invented ZIP, for example, and actually the gentleman who was running the institute at the time ZIP was invented, he is now the CTO of the FCC here in the US. So it's a pretty relevant organization to this industry.
Excellent. And you guys actually coined the term full HD voice.
Yes.
So
yes,
tell me a little bit, what is that and what are some of the benefits?
So the industry, the communications industry, is moving rapidly and increasingly towards basically IP-based communication, voice over IP. And as we move to voice over IP, what we are proposing is to also move to a much higher quality of audio quality. I mean, this broadcast is being streamed over the internet. Nobody would stream this over the internet at a quality level that is at telephone quality level, right? We want to have full audio quality. It's probably streamed over YouTube, for example. YouTube uses AAC on the audio side. So what we are proposing is not only should the standard content that we consume over the internet every day, which is of very high quality in terms of audio quality, not only should we continue to get this content, but we should also have the same quality on our voice communications, on our communication systems. And so what we are saying is there should be full HD voice, meaning the full audio bandwidth using audio codecs. Same argument again, we would not have this broadcast using a voice codec. Nobody is using voice for broadcasting, voice codecs. We are saying use audio codecs and use full audio bandwidth in order to do communications in the future. We want to have CD quality communications.
Okay, excellent. So are there any other specific proposals or technologies used to make full HD voice happen?
Yes, so we developed based on AAC, which is a family of standards around since Apple introduced iTunes and with it AAC. We developed a number of communication standards. The first one we developed was called AAC-ELD, low delay, and that was picked up by Cisco in their telepresence systems because they wanted the best codec there is. And nowadays, all the telepresence video conferencing systems are using AAC-LD. Then we developed the next generation codec, which is called AAC-ELD. That is now used by Apple in FaceTime. So the FaceTime codec is actually AAC-ELD, which is deployed in 300 million, 350 million devices today. So it's a very widely deployed codec at this point in time. The codec is actually part of the iOS, the operating system used for iPhone, iPad, etc., and macOS for that matter. And it can also be used independently of FaceTime by just calling up the APIs to that codec, and because it's native within the iOS. So you can write an app using AAC-ELD and providing full CD quality communications.
Great. So are there any costs to deploying AAC-ELD?
Very good question. When you use AAC-ELD, let's say in iOS, and I forgot to mention, it's also now in Android. It's a native part of Android. We contributed the entire AAC family, in fact, to the Android code. So starting with Jelly Bean 4.1, AAC and our other AAC codecs are actually part of natively in Android. So the device manufacturing, you cannot sell a smartphone, for example. You cannot sell one without an AAC license. You need to support AAC for streaming YouTube content, for streaming radio broadcasts. Practically everything is being done using AAC as far as audio goes. And so people need ringtones is another example. So people need an AAC license. Everybody has one. There are billions of devices having an AAC license. And so if you use the built-in codec that is built into iOS or Android since more recently, and you are doing this on a device that's already using AAC, that already has an AAC license, no, it's actually free. You use the existing license. It includes AAC-ELD, and the software is already there, so it's basically completely free to use.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your time at IT Expo.
It has been a pleasure. Thank you very much.